Hi parents. In this video today, I want to go over some basic ways that you can help cue your child if they're exhibiting what's called a phonological process. So in my classroom, in the back, on that back wall right there, you may have noticed that I have some sounds back there that are different from the words that are on the back wall that are by the sink. So these words are what's called minimal pairs. So they are words that have a language or a difference in two words that is a specific pattern. So one of those examples is on the back wall. It's called FCD. So that stands for final consonant deletion. What that means is a student or a child is dropping all of the end consonants on all of the words. There are a lot of other processes back there, but for the sake of this video, I just want to talk about that one, and then I'll show some examples of two others. So when we are cueing for these words, you may have heard me say, oh, like for example, if the word was meat, and they say me, I might say, I heard me. I want to say meat with a T. But this is where these words on the back wall can be very helpful and useful. So, like I said, one of them is called FCD. So this is one of the FCD decks. You can see at the bottom. FCD pairs, and then it has the letter T. So when I'm working with a student or your child, when we're practicing these, I will have them say me so that their brain knows this is what the picture me looks like. So and then I might talk about this person is saying me. And then I point, now let's say this word. When we say that, it's telling the child's brain and helping them understand that these are two different words, that they're not the same, that there's something different about them. So we say me. Okay, now let's say the next word, meat. And then if a student says me, and say, oh, I heard me. I need to hear it with our T sound, meat. And then I have them try it again, meat. Now in class, I may prompt them a few more times until they say meat if they don't say it the first time. At home, what I would recommend you do, whether you're using photos or just using the words, if they say, you say meat, and they say me, you say, oh, I heard me, say meat. If they say it again without the T, then you say, that's the word meat. That's something that we eat. And then move on. So that is an example of how to cue for final consonants. Another type of process that is very common for preschoolers is a process called fronting. What that means is, very quickly, is that a sound that is said in the back of the mouth is said in the front of the mouth. So an example is the word or the sound K. So in the word cow, that sound is said in the back of the mouth. If a child is exhibiting fronting, they might say tow. A T is in the front of the mouth. So this is our fronting, you can see on the back, fronting pairs, T and K. So the first word is toll, and then I say that's something that we pay, so we can drive on a special road. Toll. But now say the next word, again saying or signifying this is a different word. Coal. That's something that we use on trains, so trains can run. Coal. And then I say, you say coal, and then they say toll. You say, oh, I heard this word. I need to hear it with my K. Coal. There will be times when I will hold out the target sound, right? So in this example, it's the K, because again, the error they're making is they're saying a T instead of a K. So I might hold out that sound because then that helps the brain hear where it's different. So that's an example for T and K. The last one I'm going to show you, again, very similar concept, is for something called stopping. So stopping is an example, is a sound that the target sound is something called a fricative. What that means is that when the sound is being made, there is air friction or constriction happening in the mouth somewhere. So for this example, I'm using the sound F. So again, there's some constriction with my lip and my teeth that's making that F sound. Now, the typical target sound, or the sound that's being said for an F is a P. So instead of foot, they say put. So again, they're stopping that sound. There's no friction happening. So in this example, again, this is our stopping pairs P and F. So again, oh, he put that on his head. Say put. And then we would say, now say this word, foot. It is my foot. It is something that I walk on. So again, also another tip or way that you can help this is giving more vocab information. So talking about how these words are different, not just by how they sound, but the meaning of the word, right? So we don't walk on put, right? That's something we put on our head. We put our shoes on, we put our coat on. But foot, that's what we walk on, and sometimes they're stinky, and sometimes we, fill mud with them, things like that. Whatever makes sense for your student or your child. So again, having a conversation about how those sounds are different, in not just in how they sound, but also in the vocab, the meaning of the word. I hope that is helpful and useful. Again, as parents, I always want to encourage you. Your job is to be a parent. You have a lot of things that you're doing and working with your student at home. So encourage them to say the word one more time. And then if they don't say it correctly, then you can always say, yep, that's the word, foot. If they say it correctly, then you can say, good job, you said foot. But as much as our students can hear how the sound or how the word is supposed to sound with, the F, the K, the N sound, whatever it is, that's going to help them. And then when they're here in class, then I can push a little bit more. But again, I don't want to make your job harder because you already have a hard job being a parent. So I hope this was helpful. If you have questions or concerns about how to target a specific sound at home, having pushback with homework, anything like that, please let me know. Thank you for being a part of your students' education, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.